Chop Shop added to the game, so they gave us a new map. That's like a car repair shop in the center of the city of Tarkov. So it's probably going to look and feel something like the car dealership, but it's going to be like a downtown chop shop, which is kind of sick. Location for violent, fast-paced battles available for shootout 2v2 and 3v3 maps. So it's not going to be a 5v5 map, but it's for the tournament side. Now, when searching for players, it matches you not only on ARP, but also on the average meta points of presets purchased in previous matches. Whether this works or not will depend on how many players are playing at the same time, though. It's probably going to start off like super tight, and then it start expanding out like what it's going to allow in once everybody hits the go button. They added vaulting, which we've already seen. Shoulder transition is in the game now, and then they changed the keybind defaults back to default, which it seemed like it did it to some people and not to others. I don't know. The new recoil from the game is in. And then the economy stuff. Cash reward for winning all modes increased. Starter presets, where they have meta points below 300, the reward is increased by 10%. So you get a 10% higher cash reward when you win. The idea being is that when you get up to a certain high enough level in your gear set, people were losing money like crazy. Like you ended up going back to having to use starter kits because no one had any rubles left. So on MP above 600, so people that have like really high-end meta stuff, the reward value has been increased by 47% compared to similar matches in the last patch. So people are going to get 1.5x the amount of monetary reward that they were getting before. So hopefully that keeps them in the black so that they can continue using like the kits that they want to use. And then they have rewards in 2v2 and 3v3 is 15% higher, flat 15%. Rewards in 3v3 have been balanced relative to shootout 2v2. And then XP rewards. So they modified getting kills and headshot kills and double kills. They added a ton more experience gain on these, with the idea being that you could accelerate moving through your trees so that you can get into the higher tier gear faster. And then so they have triple kill XP bonuses. So like there's a ton more XP. They like doubled the XP gain, more than doubled the XP gain in some cases. Objective capture in team fight mode is now 300 XP. So they doubled that. 3v3 and 2v2 is doubled. And then defeating a team in team fight mode went from 300 to 3,500. So winning and getting kills and stuff, you obviously get significantly more. But the idea behind this is that they wanted it to work in a way where if you personally played well, but you still lost, you still generated a good amount of experience. And then they decreased the reward for victory from a team fight, the shootout win, and the shootout, the 2v2 and 3v3 placements. So personal performance being now weighted a little bit more heavily than team performance, which is kind of huge. Amount received rating has been changed. So now they have a graduated system where first place gets 30, second place gets 15, third place in the shootout loses hardly anything, about break even, and then fourth and fifth end up taking hits. So again, like this is awesome. And then they have huge balancing adjustments, but I don't know these all that well. HPC replaced with a Thor concealable vest. Fort Reddit M armor has been reduced from 80 to 56. So they're still giving people like scuffed armor, which I thought was really weird. Like, why bother doing this when you could just, instead of giving them a Fort Reddit like class 5, like this is equivalent to a high, like a full Dura class 4 at this point. Like stuff is just going to go through it unless they have really low pen ammunition. Like anything that would be around like 35 pen, like after 1 or 2 hits, is going straight through this thing. So whatever. 5.7 Mark II ammunition has been changed from SB 193 to SS 190. Surefire flashlight. So Breeze is getting a little bit of a buff, sort of kind of side grade. The Clin 20 round mags have been replaced with 30s. So this looks like a starter kit, right? The MP5 20 round mags replaced with 30s. Number of extra mags from 4 to 2. 20 rounders of M62 ammunition to the end. 20 rounds of M62. And then Varesk, the SR2 comes installed with a Zenit flashlight with a laser and an Elkin 1 to 4 to the inventory. An SR2 with an Elkin on it. All right. Okay. And then optimization stuff. They fixed the kill cam audio. There was a thing where like somebody's wearing like a Vulcan or an Alton or something, but your class, if you're playing Scout, like they tended to not have, like meta-wise, they tend to not have headsets, or not headsets. They tend to not have helmets, but they have headsets. So if you were like the Scout and you died, the person with the Alton couldn't hear shit, but you could hear everything as if you still had your headset on, even though you were watching them in the kill cam, and you could pretty much just tell them where everybody was based on the footsteps that you were hearing that they couldn't. So you're like, oh, is that your 3 o'clock? And then they would just turn and wait. So that hopefully has been fixed. Environment culling on various locations. So this was visual exploit shit. You could like lean into like porta-johns and stuff on certain maps, and it would cull everything around around the Porta-John, with the exception of the players. So you could like see through multiple layers of walls and see everybody like walking around. It was basically like having just exploity walls instead of software ones, which was kind of bullshit. Matchmaker player lost connection to the game. Oh, so this was huge. So sometimes you log into a match and then it would just boot you like instantly. And then as soon as you get back in, it would kill you. Players on the losing team who closed the game on the final stat screen didn't lose rating or money. Cause players added difference not be displayed, ULI, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So that's, yeah, that's pretty much everything. So huge W of a patch, though. My God, they killed it. Oh, and apparently I'm in game and didn't realize. Where's my audio? Why do I not have any audio? Oh, you should probably unmute it.